Hey guys, right now I'm watching a show called Invasion on Netflix, and there's a Japanese actress. There's actually a whole section of the show, maybe I'd say a third of the show in season 1 is in Japanese. And I've been watching it in Japanese, but I have subtitles on. They're all wrong. They feel like they're all wrong. We're going to do a little bit of analysis to show you where they're actually wrong. And sometimes they're taking liberal translations, which is fine. You have to do that. But sometimes it's just like the whole meaning is a little bit different. So let's go ahead and walk through this. I'm going to do this kind of in 2 parts. First, we're just going to go through it casually, and then I'm going to do another run through it and do a little bit more detailed, looking up things and trying to figure out what would be the better direct translation and seeing what we can learn from them. So make sure you watch until the end. Just be ready to slight spoilers. So I don't want you to be upset that I didn't warn you. You've been warned. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Check it out. This is so wrong from the very beginning. Okay, watch. 残念だったわね does not mean I'm sorry. No one ever says I'm sorry saying 残念. That means it was unfortunate. She's not taking any blame, and she's not saying I'm sorry. She says it was so unfortunate. Oh, and this they ruined this. This is a spoiler if you haven't watched this, by the way. This is a complete spoiler, okay? A slight spoiler. Actually, not really. You know right away, but she says it was her. 彼女だった. 彼女だったの. That does not mean it was her. It means she was my girlfriend. That's what she's saying to her mother. That makes way better context too. 彼女だったの. It's not it was her. Like whoever translated this was lazy or didn't know how to contextually do it. Mom, she was my girlfriend. That person was my girlfriend. Why would she say her 3 times? It makes no sense. Was my here now see why would it be was my when everything before that was her, right? Unless it was a dramatic scene where she was not saying what she wanted to say, but her mother already knew, obviously, in this scene, right? Okay, check it out. Again, she did not say I'm sorry. 辛いね. It's hard. 辛いね. It's hard. It's bitter. It's hard for you. And she didn't say sweetheart. She's not being that kind. You know, she's not saying I'm sorry, sweetheart. Where's the sweetheart in here? 辛いね. みっちゃん. Mi-chan is her name. Mi-chan. She just said that. Like, how does that become? Like, I guess Mi-chan is what they're going with sweetheart here. I'm sorry, sweetheart. But Mi-chan is, it's hard, isn't it? Mitsuki. Mi-chan. Demo's good. Okay, I'll go with that. Maybe this is for the better. これでよかったのかも. It might be that this is for the better. I'll give him that. That was pretty good. I'll take that level of making the English sound natural. これで綺麗にやり直せるじゃない。 これで綺麗にやり直せる also not a problem, right? You can have a clean start, right? 綺麗に cleanly やり直せる redo, not a problem. 素敵な男性と出会って Right? You can meet a nice man, 素敵な男性 like wonderful, nice man. 恋に落ちて fall in love. 恋をして is not really fall in love, but have love, right? But 恋に落ちる is to fall in love. 一からやり直すのよ. Be clean. What is that? 一からやり直す just means to start from 1. Start from the beginning. 恋をして一からやり直すのよ. And where's the sweetheart thing coming in? Be clean, sweetheart. I don't know where that comes from. なんでそんなこと言うの? She said, why did you say such a thing? Not how could you say such a thing? いや、母さんはただ I'll give them that. Yep, that's good. Okay, there's the gift part. But they don't translate unmei. This is fate. これも運命なのかな? I'm thinking maybe this is fate. Then she's going to say 天からの贈り物. There is no meant to be thing, right? It's a gift from heaven. Okay, that's good. I only want what's best for you. That's a good translation in the fact that that's what we would say in English. But really, she's saying it's for you. This is for your. It's for your benefit. For me, what's funny, they don't even have her. Where is that? They don't even have it. Yeah, I'll give. These are okay translations because what are you gonna do? This is what she's really. This is what she means. What's best for? What do you mean for me? Like, what is it for me? But it's not best for me though. Tame has nothing to do with best. It's on my behalf, for me. It's just for you. See, here's the problem I have. This here proves that they have a previous problem with her lesbianism because she doesn't need to say the way that the subtitles were initially. It's her. She was my. It sounds like she hadn't let her know yet that that was her girlfriend, but here it's obvious from the dialogue she already knew, and they've had problems before. Hang on, sorry. So you can be clean of the shame I bring you, okay? You can live without having shame of your daughter, right? It's not personal the way you and I. It's she's just saying it's a way for you to live without having shame of your daughter. Not the shame that I bring you or anything like that. But the thing is, when you do translate, you do have to do this. You have to make the English sound good, and that's probably a good translation for that. This is your soul, darling. I hate that they keep saying darling and sweetheart. None of that's in here. That's not happening. Darling? Who wrote that? A man? I don't know. It doesn't seem right to me. This is a problem with your heart. Soul would be more like tamashi. It's not heart. Okay, well, actually, you know what? Maybe. Let's see what jisho.org says. Get out of Korean mode here. I'm willing to learn. Can kokoro be soul? Oops. I'm going to type it right, first of all. Mind, heart, spirit. Okay, if you're saying spirit. But if we look up soul, it's going to be like tamashi. Where's tamashi? Tamashi, right here. Soul, spirit. So I don't know. I feel like this is definitely heart in this case. This is a problem. She's not saying this is your soul. That makes it sound, I don't know, like she's like Jesus Christ is involved. I don't know. Like this is a problem with your heart. Or let's go with mind. Let's go with that. Okay. Kega suru to mean tarnish. But see, kega means to injure, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I would translate that. Kega o suru is to injure. Is it also tarnish? I guess it could be if you're talking about your soul, theoretically. Kega o suru, to injure. Kega suru. I guess we're not going to get that. Kega suru. Yeah. Yeah, none of that has to do with tarnishing, but I mean, I guess. What are you going to do, right? You got to tell a story. You're not trying to be like a language teacher. The problem is when you learn with these things, you start thinking kega means to tarnish, right? But there's like itamu, to hurt. I'm trying to think what I would translate if I wanted to say tarnish for real. Let's go back to jisho.org here. Let's see, we got itamu. That's also to hurt. Spoil damage. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? For tarnish. Itameru. Cause pain, worry, bother, be grieved, or afflicted by. What would, if we looked up tarnish, what do they think it is? Kumorasu. Kumorasu. I don't know if anyone says that. I've never even heard it. But it's cloud. Literally the word clouds in there. Interesting. Okay. You have to understand what I'm saying. No, that's not what you said. Don't you understand what I'm saying? That's the exact opposite, right? Like, you have to understand is her making a stronger statement. Like, don't you understand what I'm saying? I did a direct translation. Dude, what was she thinking as an actress to get to this? Like, you hear that little breathe out? Listen. Like, what a great actress. Kaite. And by the way, her English is actually really good too. I hated it now that she's speaking English in the second episode, but I mean the second season, but I liked her better as a Japanese actress. Kite moraun janakatta. I shouldn't have had you come here. I guess that was a mistake, was not a problem. But that would be a different translation if you really looked at it. I said get out. Detette. Actually, get out. But this is not the, like, I stopped giving up. I was taking notes and I was like, oh, I'm going to go back. Like, literally every translation is not really relaying the direct Japanese for so many things. Yes, she does not want her to be. See, that's the problem. She's saying she was my girlfriend. And to me, you know, this is just like, she was my girl. The way she's saying the no, to me, definitely not. It was her. Like, it was my girlfriend. Why would she keep saying it if she was saying it was her? Like, if you're saying it was her, like, you don't know who died. We're not sure who died. It was her. No. We already know who died. We already know the relationship. We're saying that was my girlfriend. She was my girlfriend. Do you know how important that is to me, Mom? It's my girlfriend. She just wants understanding from her mother who the girlfriend, that's her girlfriend, right? And then when we go to the watashi no, right? That was the name of the person that died, right? Hinata Murai or Murai Hinata. And she's like reflecting, thinking about it. Tsurai. Nice motherly thing to say. Michan. Short for Mitsuki-san, right? Family affectionate version, chan. Demo, but moshikashite. Moshikashite is that one way to say perhaps. It's possible that kore de yokatta. This might have been for the best. This might have been good. And kamo is another way to say maybe. Kore de kireini. Kireini is an adverb meaning cleanly. Now with this you can cleanly. Yarinaoseru janai. So the way that she's stating that is yarinaoseru janai. It's a convincing tone. Can't you now cleanly restart? Yarinaoseru janai. That's convincing. That's a trying to convince. But the way that we're translating it is like, oh, you can have a clean start. It's more like, but don't you think this can give you a clean start? It's more like that. That's what she's saying here. I'm okay with that. You can meet a nice man. But steki is more like wonderful. Lovely, wonderful. Nice is like the weakest version of all of these. A lovely, wonderful, superb, steki. Like it's much more than just nice. Koi suru is to, it's not, so fall in love is koi ni ochiru. Or koi suru, okay, all right. I'm thinking it was only love, but what's the difference between that and koi ni ochiru? This is what I'm thinking of. Well, they're saying this is common, so koi suru aite. All right, I'll take the L on that one. Koi suru alone is fine. Ichikara, from zero, right? Literally, but they say she's saying from one. Yarinaosu. Yarinaosu is a redo. Yarinaosu. Can I get to Japanese mode, please? Yeah. Yari naosu. Oops. Telling my fingers to do it over again, to redo, to start over, to remake. Just start over again. It's kind of what it feels like there. I wonder what if you took that into Japanese, into translate. Nande sonna koto yuno? Was it sonna or soyu? I think it was sonna, right? Such a thing. How could you say such a thing? Or why do you say such a thing? Nande sonna koto yuno? Sonna koto is such a thing. It's not just that. If we take it in isolation, we might get a better translation. Such a thing. Okay? Nande sonna koto yuno? Like, why do you say such a thing? But we don't say that in English, so it wouldn't be a good translation there. But that's what she's saying. That's the Japanese way. Nande sonna koto? Like if we were gonna say, how could you be nande sonna koto ga ieru no? How could you say? どうやってそんなこと言えるの? なんでそんなこと言えるの? But this is very realistic, obviously. お母さんはただ. お母さんはただ. Now here, this just shows the most prevalent thing that happens in Japanese, where お母さん is the mother, okay? But she's referring to herself in the third person. It's like how Trump always says, Trump won the election. Trump, everyone says Trump, like he talks about himself in third person. Japanese people do too, and you just translate that to I in English. It's like, お母さんはただ, I, mother, just ただ. これも運命なのかなって。これも運命なのかな? これも運命なのかな? I thought this also is just fate. 運命? I wonder if this is just 運命だったのかな? Is that what you said? Maybe this was fate too. The kana means wonder. 犬かな? It's like, I wonder if it's a dog. Oh, I guess it doesn't like that. How can we get it to say wonder? Perhaps. I always translate that as wonder. Oh, actually, it had to be inu nano kana. Inu. I don't think it'll change it. Nano kana. All right. これも運命なのかな? But where is the fate part of that? You know what I mean? Where is that? Fate that her girlfriend died? 運命なのかなって。天からの贈り物。天からの贈り物。A gift from heaven. 天からの贈り物。天からの wrong 天贈り物 a gift from above, which is weird because she was killed in space, so it's actually double ironic. 私はあなたのため。私はあなたのため for you literally is all that is. I for you. But she didn't finish her statement. I am for you, but she says, 私は I for you. I for you. I'm saying this on your behalf. I'm saying this for you, darling, is probably what she wants to say. But she gets cut off. 何が私のためなの? 何が私のためなの? There's no best in there. What is for me is what this is going to translate. 何が私のためなの? Oh, what's in it for me? That's okay. That's not too bad. Okay, nani ga, okay, okay, all right, but yeah, that's not exactly. I'm not happy. I'm not. I guess. What's in it for me? Nani? What? Nani ga watashi no? Like if you here's I'll show you a little trick. If you hit switch, sometimes the Japanese will change based on that English. Watch. 私にとって何のメリットがあるのでしょうか was 私のため. Why wouldn't they take the simpler one? Because it wasn't exactly what that meant, right? This is like, for me, what merit is there? Now, if we switch it again, watch. What's in it for me? But this is really is what merit is there for me? 私には何のメリットがあるというのでしょうか Right? So, what are you going to do? Things are liberally translated sometimes. Just to make it easy, because you can only have so many words on the screen and, you know.
お母さんのためじゃんそんな。
お母さんのためじゃんそんな. It's not even a question. She's saying, it's for you. Well, John, I guess, could be short for じゃないですかお母さんのためじゃんそんなお母さんのためじゃんそんな It's for you, mother. Not for your mother. Could have been that, but it's for you, mother. It's for mom, that kind of thing. It's for mom, that kind of thing. That'd be a really funny thing to have translated there all of a sudden in the middle of this really dramatic dialogue.
これで娘を恥じることなく生きていけるってことでしょ。
生きていける。これで娘を恥じることなく to not be embarrassed about your daughter. これで娘を恥じることなく生きていけるってことじゃん。I guess it is more like, isn't it? じゃん。Now you can live without being ashamed of your daughter, right? See how that's different a little bit? Clean of your shame. I don't know where that I bring you like that's I hate the way they translated that because it sounds like those old the old concept you have of Japanese people like you bring shame to your family.
これで娘を恥じることなく生きていけるってことでしょ。
I want to tell you something also interesting here, by the way. When I was learning, not learning Korean, I mean, I've been learning Korean forever, but when I was in Korea one time, I was hanging out a lot with this Japanese girl who spoke fluent Korean. And when I was talking to her, she did this really interesting thing. She zoomed in on my mouth, like all the time when we were talking. She was like watching my mouth. And I could never understand why, but once I started doing it myself, it really helped me in my comprehension. So just watch.
あなたのため。私のため。
Let me see, hang on. Maybe I'm a little bit. We'll do it. Can I type in? I guess 400 I'll have to do, huh?
私はあなたのため。私のため。
私のため? See the way she moves her mouth?
何が私のためなの?
何が私のためなの? Now, in Korean, it's much more pronounced, this zooming in, okay, on the mouth, because like the way they're like, 없어, 이, like these oohs are different, and it really helps your comprehension. No, her mom is not religious. Her mom is not religious at all. This is just typical Japanese sayings. From American perspective, we would look at her and say she is religious. She must believe in God. We don't know what she believes because Japanese people, like my wife, doesn't believe, but yet she has all of these superstitions, right? All of these things that somehow apply. That would sound like it's religion, but it's really just Japanese. Like if you have a bad back. You'll go to the temple and you'll pick up one of those little omamori things or whatever they're called, the talisman things, and you'll buy one for bad backs, or you'll buy one for feet issues, you'll buy one for pregnancy, you'll pay like whatever, and then you give it back at the end of the year, and I guess they recycle it. I don't know how that works, but that's just. Do you believe that? Yeah, you have hope for it. It's a superstition, right? Like we have to have like if you come to my house, right, like. You won't notice it because it won't make it, but like there's certain colors on certain sides of the wall because you need to have yellow on the west and you need to have white on the east and stuff like that. It's just a part of feng shui, you know, fusui as they say in Japanese. Like the Japanese, they blend, you know, Buddhism, Shintoism, Christianity. Like they'll have like a Catholic church or a Baptist church, or they'll have like a church ceremony, and then they'll do a Japanese ceremony. And when people die, they'll do one thing. When they're born, they'll do one thing versus Shinto versus Buddhism. I can't remember which one is which, but they blend and mix all of them. There's no like, oh, well, you're Shinto. Well, I'm Buddha. Well, you're not going to heaven. There's none of that in Japan. Only like less than 1% of Japanese people are even Christian. Which I always found weird. I always found really weird meeting Japanese people that converted, because mostly they were like Mormons and stuff like that, or something that to me felt even more out of the normal norm. But it's like, oh, you didn't believe, and then you, like as an adult, became to believe. That always felt weird to me. Like, it always feels like religion is something you have from childhood, you know. Anyway.
私はあなたのため。私のため。何が私のためなの？
何が私のためなの？
お母さんのためじゃんそんな。
お母さんのためじゃんそんな。
これで。
Oh, we already did this one. Hang on, sorry.
あなたの心の問題よ。
あなたの心の問題よ. I would say, really, I would translate that as heart. A problem of your heart. I keep switching into different languages. I need to be in Japanese, please. Okay. これはあなたの心の問題よ. A matter of your heart. I like matter. Ooh, more than problem. I kind of like that. This is about your heart, a problem of your heart. See? That's what I'm saying. Google does the literal translations that I want to see when I'm studying a language.
娘を恥じること。あなたの心の問題よ。これを怪我したらおしまいよ。これを怪我したらおしまいよ。
これを怪我したら meaning the heart. So let's say 心を怪我したら. Let's go with that. 心を, because we'll just replace that because there's no context without that. を怪我したら. Oops. 怪我したら. It's the end. おしまいよ. If your heart gets hurt, it's all over. Exactly. Where is soul in there? I don't know. Bro. Bro, I don't know, man.
ダメになっちゃう。
ダメになっちゃう. That's all you get. No. ダメになっちゃう means it'll end up becoming bad. It'll end up being not good. ダメ. So なっちゃう is informal of なってしまう will end up becoming なってしまう right? Oops, なってしまう ダメ oops, I missed my knee ダメになってなっちゃう oops ちゃう same thing. I forgot my knee here though. So same thing. It's just one is, it's interesting that they don't put it on a separate line. So it'll end up becoming useless, or it will become not good.
ダメになっちゃう。
ダメになっちゃう。
私の言ってることわかんない。
私の言ってることがわかんない。
私の言ってることわかんない。
私の言ってることわかんない。私の言ってること。I'm just gonna, by the way, this is gonna be the video. I'm not gonna do a new video. I'm just gonna copy this over to from zero. It's too much work to redo it all. I've already done everything on it says. What did I say? What did I say it was? 私の言ってることがわかる。私の Oh my god, what happened to Japanese mode? Spanish, Korean, English, Japanese, okay. 私の言ってることがわからない? Don't you understand what I'm saying? See? That's the translation of that. Not what you have to understand.
私の言ってることわかんない。
私の言ってることがわからない。私の言ってることがわからない。What she's saying is, you have to understand. あなたが理解しないと you have to understand. Okay?
わかんない。
So I have to double translate that? God, what a great actress. Hang on, I gotta find out who she is. Hang on. Invasion Mitsuki. Mitsuki Yamato. Who is she? Oh my god, she's so cute. Mitsuki, who is she? Dude, who's the actress that plays her? Are you not gonna? Oh, there it is. Shiori. Why did they put Shioli there? Kutsuna, not Shioli. Where is that? Just like, are they typing it that way to be funny? I don't know. Is she using that as her spelling? That's kind of interesting. Shiori. Yeah, there it goes. Other names. Shiori Kutsuna. Kutsuna Shiori. Oh my gosh, she's so cute in that show. She's a great actress too. Like, I want to find out what other stuff she's in. Interesting seeing her in, like, not in that normal hair that you see in the show. This is what oh my gosh, I fell in love with this face. If I was just now learning Japanese, I would want to know everything about her. How old is she? Nansai desu ka? Shushinchi wa danka? I just got. Oh, that's the perfect age. Oh my gosh, that is 30s is so beautiful for women. I've always thought that. So you gotta know this. Like, when I married my wife, I was 23. She was 31. That's literally the age that I find the most attractive for women. Like 30ish. So beautiful. 来てもらうんじゃなかった。来てもらうんじゃなかった。来てもらうんじゃなかった。来てもらうんじゃなかった。I shouldn't have had you come here. Oh no, hang on. 来てもらうんじゃなかった。来てもらうんじゃなかった。来てもらうんじゃなかった。I shouldn't have had you come. もらうんじゃなかった。I shouldn't have asked you to come. See? She didn't say this was a mistake. She said I shouldn't have asked you to come. That's a better translation. That's what I would want if I was fighting for subtitles on this thing. I shouldn't have asked you to come here. 来てもらうんじゃなかった。出てって。出てって。Now, I don't know if she's saying 出てって. I think she's saying 出ていて, right? 出てって。出てって. No, she's saying get out. I said get out. Is what she's saying. 出てって。But it's like I said get 出てって. It's like I said get out. I don't know. 出てって. I feel like this is definitely like 出てって. I told you to get out. Because she already said it once. She's like repeating herself. 出てって. God, her mother is super young too. That is some of the stuff I found. If you like this video and you want more stuff like this where I analyze subtitles, go ahead and click the like button and let me know in the comments down below. See ya. Because we were talking about the fact that if I was learning Japanese now, this would be who I would fall in love with. I'm going to play a song that I made where I'm talking about the actual woman that I fell in love with when I was learning Japanese as our sign off. I'll see you guys another day. Bye.
Perhaps it was fate. You falling to the floor. A perfect face. I liked what I saw. I wanted more. You were just a poster. My friend Kyle didn't care. You can have her, George. I know your walls are bare. I rolled you up, careful not to bend. Now you're on my wall, my new Japanese friend. The dimples on your cheeks make quite an impression. You're my new hobby, my brand new obsession. Namae wa nani? Shushinchi wa doko? Yoshi wa ikutsu? I just gotta know. Your face wakens up something inside of me, sparking desire for Japanese fluency. I learned kanji, grammar, which verb to choose. You watch over me, my secret Japanese muse. My heart, my soul, my emotions are united. Nothing can extinguish the fire you've ignited. Namae wa nani? Shushinchi wa doko? Yoshi wa ikutsu? I just gotta know. I searched, I asked, I looked all around. Then I saw your face and I heard your sound. Bubblegum pop, sugary like molasses. you're my very own Japanese Britney Spears. You were young, just 19, not so old, 3 years older than me. Born in December in Miyazaki City. I learned everything about you, all the nitty gritty. Osaka Yui isn't your real name, it's the name you adopted to obtain your fame. A red yo-yo, it's the weapon you choose. You could be my Skepandeka, you're my Japanese muse. Namae wa nani? Shushinji wa doko? Toshi wa ikutsu? I just gotta know. Boku no hot's true love. Boku no natsu shoujo. When you're on the cover, always by Myojo. You didn't write the lyrics, but the message still beams. You gave me the power to jump into my dreams. You made me believe again. You gave me self-control. It's because of you my circus has any rock and roll. Namae wa nani? Shushinji wa doko? Toshi wa ikutsu? I just gotta know. You're my seeker, you're my beautiful melody. October will always be Christmas to me. Even now, I sometimes reminisce. I'm sure without you, I would have none of this. You are the one that put the spark to my fuse. Thank you for being my one and only Japanese muse. Even now, I sometimes reminisce. I'm sure without you, I would have none of this. You are the one that put the spark to my fuse. Thank you for being my one and only Japanese muse.